there's loud noises, flashing lights, and screen shaking. So, you are warned. Okay, so I did warn properly. Intensity level of my gore. Full bloody gore. I'm sorry, chat. You're getting full bloody gore. Jump scares and a chase scene. Weirdo. But cool, have fun. Okay, thanks, I guess. Okay, this is just the demo, by the way. You slowly come to when I've let you sleep enough. Y'all, I'm not simping already, but he's gorgeous. You slowly open your eyes and suppress the noise of alarm, and you're met with a tall, pale figure with dark clothes and jet black hair gazing down at you. There you are, honey. We're already running a little behind. You are extremely confused, anxiously scanning the strange yet oddly familiar room. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I can hear them all after breakfast. Forced to listen to this man, you hesitantly nod, earning... I can't read because my screen's blocking it. I'm staying calm. You close your eyes and take some deep breaths, opening them again when you feel ready enough to face whatever awaits downstairs. You get out of bed, your feet landing. Looking in the mirror, you feel a bit more at ease. You look at yourself deeply in the mirror. You know it's your face, but it feels wrong somehow. You are neutral presenting. Okay. After freshening up a bit and feeling much steadier, you head downstairs. As you advance downstairs, you're met with the pleasant smell of meat as well as the soft sizzle of oil on a pan. You take a seat at the table, not knowing what else to do. You see the back of the stranger now wearing a baby pink apron that seemed a touch out of place with his entire aesthetic. You also couldn't help but notice the odd way strands of locks were floating over his head as if stuck to the ceiling. But I can't read that because my screen's cutting off. You could hear him humming softly as he killed the heat of the stove and began planting the food. Good morning, Obanai. You're presented with a surprisingly adorable breakfast. Oh. From what you could see, a golden brown toast bacon and sunny side up egg with odd specks and powder from the surface. You could only assume to be various seasonings. You can't remember if you ate meat or not. Would it even matter? You should eat. I think you'll enjoy it. Time for breakfast. This is odd, but I like the game. It's my pleasure, honey. You're looking at me funny, so I'm sure you have some questions. First things first, my name is... You can call me Carl. Now that introductions are out of the way, what would you like to know, my dear? The last one's obviously the wrong answer. Who am I? Well, you are Open-Eye. You are my lover. And you love cats. Do I? I don't know. Do you? He giggled. At least he has a sense of humor. Yes! Yes, we are. I promise we're in love. You Suppose that wasn't an impossible scenario. Do you have proof? Hmm. I don't know what to believe, and I don't know if I can trust you yet. Maybe if you could give me solid evidence, that would help me a lot. And as he returned, wait, he's gorgeous, y'all. He leaned down once more, holding out the photo. And it was a photo of you, or it was the face you saw in the mirror that morning. You didn't entirely recognize yourself. You were celebrating something and you looked really happy. This was our 1-year anniversary. Cole explained gently, as if thinking back on the memory fondly. I organized a surprise, and it was very successful. His words fizzled away, sounding lost in thought before starting to put it back on the fridge. Under the magnet on the fridge was a sticky note. From what you could make out, it was plans for that very party scribbled on it hastily. Cole glanced at you with softness in his eyes. I'm not asking you to trust me, just believe this one thing. I wish I could tell you more, but there's so much you can't understand. So much you don't know. Things I promised you'd never know again. Can't I know a little bit? Hold up, let me just adjust my position because I'm not comfortable in my bed. Hold up, let me check chat real quick. No, chat is good. Cole stares into your eyes for a moment before sighing. I guess a little bit. Not like you'll remember it by tomorrow anyways. Let's see. I'm telling the truth when I say we're lovers. At least we used to be before you started losing your memory every day. It was mutual and consensual, but when you began forgetting, I couldn't just abandon you. You needed me. Like how I need you. Maybe it's best to leave it at that. He glances at your empty plate as if double-checking that you ate it all. Would you look at that? You're all done with breakfast. He took the plate from in front of you, placing it in the sink and running the water. You're free to roam around the house and explore if you wish. You stand from the table, feeling a little less uneasy now that you have food in your system and your most pressing questions somewhat answered. Explore the house. You decided to explore. Downstairs. You look around, seeing a modest living room right beside the kitchen. The severe lack of walls was kind of unsettling. You looked around at any point of the house, you could see anything with little to no obstruction. Everything with little no obstruction. What? You spot a hallway beside the staircase that leads you upstairs. You peek around the corner and see a door. The front door. You glance over at Cole, who was still preoccupied in the kitchen, and tiptoed into the narrow hall. It's a gloomy scene. Ominous, even. Where the door window should be was 2 wooden planks newly nailed into the surface as well to the year before, and a Polaroid. A slightly crumpled Polaroid. It showed 3 people. One on the left was a man with long blonde wigs. On the right was a woman with sparkling ginger hair. And in the middle was a man with silky black hair and a familiar shit-eating grin. Cole? No way that was the same guy as the one in the kitchen right now. This guy actually looked good. What are you talking about? Cole's good. Normal. Human. What happened? Human. What happened? You put the photo and the other various items back into the door. You stare at it blankly for a moment. You could leave. Would it even be worth it? Hard choice. I want to stay. I want to see more Cole. You sigh, shaking your head. It's not worth the risk. You were perfectly safe where you were. For the most part. Cole! You're so gorgeous. You turn around, jolting at the sight of Cole peeking from behind the corner, as if watching to see what you do. He flashed a grateful grin before returning to the kitchen, clearly pleased with your choice. Creep. Maybe it was best to keep an eye on Cole. After all, you were completely comfortable around him. What up, Bill? Okay. You walk just from the kitchen. He smiles pleasantly, surprised that you stayed close by. He's so pretty. Hi. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna try to leave. Any reason you decided not to? Why? Did you want me to leave? He averted his gaze. No, never that. It's just on rare days you don't immediately go to the door. Rare? You know, when you wake up every day like it's a different version of your personality. Most of the time you're super scared and hate me. Sometimes you're super kind and understanding. 8 times out of 10 you end up wanting to leave me, you know. I guess. I just wanted to chat a little more, if that's alright. Cole visibly lit up. Of course, anything you want. Cole walks back into the kitchen and returns with the pink apron folded neatly in his arms. Pretty. He sets it down on the bare coffee table, giving you his undivided attention. What are you curious about, my dear? How did we meet? He hummed thoughtfully for a second. It was at a bar, somewhere downtown. I was with my friends that day, but when I saw you, we were scared. There was a person following you all night, so you came to me and asked if I could pretend to be someone you knew. That's it? It was a strangely normal way to meet someone, given the circumstances. Well, I saw you around a few more times after that. Grocery store, cafe, antique shop. Antique shop? That's a little unconventional. Yeah, well, it was there I finally got your number and we started talking. He gazed at you with a suddenness and longing of someone reminiscing fond memories. Did you go into public looking like that? You gestured vaguely at his appearance, heavy on the odd behavior of his hair. Oh goodness, no. Have a little more faith in me, honey, gosh. Now, this look, shall I say, isn't really what I look like. You look at him weird. What does that even mean? I don't know how to explain this. There are, instances where I look more normal. And you don't in your own home? No. What an awkward mess. It was strangely endearing. The photos around the house of what I typically look like when I went out. I don't try so hard with my pants anymore now that I don't go outside. Why not? Well, I need to take care of you. I can't exactly leave you alone now, can I? I guess not. At those words, something buried under the fog in your brain flickered. I guess not. Okay, chill with the repeating. At those words, something buried underneath the fog in your brain flickered. Like a piece of the past was trying to make itself known again. Can I ask something else? You pause, almost unsure if you should say it. did you drink? And the low color he had in his face drained. Oh, would you look at the time? We should have lunch. You open your mouth to say something, but you sat in the chair once more. Oh, alright. Monday, 1:30 p.m. So pretty. You are just so cute. You're presented with a normal-looking sandwich. From what you could see, 2 slices of bread, lettuce, tomato, lunch meat, and cheese. Nothing seemed too out of the ordinary. You should eat. Time for lunch. Okay, this seriously creeps me out, though. There was an odd aftertaste in your mouth. A little bitter. What's on your mind, honey? What was I like before? I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts about me and who I used to be. Well, you were like exactly the same. Beneath the confusion, you're still my darling open eye. You subconsciously made a face of. He noticed and looks away, embarrassed. I've always had a hard time putting my thoughts into words. The things I feel. It's hard to explain in a way you'd understand. You haven't changed that much. At least, not to me. You're still so perfect. Every day when you wake up new again, it's like getting to know you over and over and over for the first time. Without even realizing it, you began to lean away from him in your seat. The passionate declaration wasn't quite what you were expecting, but you weren't surprised. However, unsettling it was. Cole seemed to hastily apologize. Jeez, that was intense. I'm sorry. I know it wasn't really an answer to your question, but it's the best I can give. At least you could trust he was being honest and genuine. Even if it wasn't exactly what you wanted to hear, it gave you a better picture of what kind of man Cole was. It's fine, I guess. Sitting down on your empty plate as if double-checking you ate it all. Why does he do that? Why is it so important you finish all your food? Well, looks like we're all done here. He's so pretty. His hair is so long. He took the plate from in front of you, placing it in the sink and running the water just as he had before. Safe to assume you're free to do what you wanted again. You stand there for a moment, unsure of what to do next. You decide to take a look upstairs. Once you reach, there's a chandelier above you. It stands out quite against the blank colors of the walls. Home. It looks antique. The second floor of it itself is modest and very simple, with only 2 doors that you could see. One with a sign that had your name, one with wooden board over it, and another tucked away and locked tightly. You could only assume this was Cole's room. Your room. As you enter the room, you stand in the doorway. You see your bed, a closet with 5 of the same sweater hung on the clothes hangers, the bathroom, and to your right, a short bookshelf with multiple random books, 2 framed pictures, and a shoebox at the very bottom. You approach the bookshelf, shutting your bedroom door behind you. What are you most curious about? You sit in front of the shelf, pulling out the shoebox. You open the box to see various memorabilia. It was clear at first glance that these were gifts from Cole to you. Okay. It says from Cole to you, heart, and big red Sharpie. Wonder what's on the disc. An assortment of flowers, dried and carefully tied together, bits of petals beginning to flake off into the box. Okay. A fuzzy stuffed bear with a red ribbon around his neck. This looks like a Ben shirt, though it's not a Ben you've heard of. Or maybe you have. You can't remember. It also looked a little bit too big for you. Was this one of Cole's? Looks like a drive-through coffee shop order. It's a receipt for an antique lamp. The same one by the stairs. Okay, I think that's it. Suddenly you hear Cole's voice call you from downstairs. Open up, honey. Time for dinner. You step out of your room, closing the door shut behind you. If you had a fun day, you're presented with, spaghetti with, what is that mixed in the noodles? You should eat. I don't think I want to eat this. This is how it feels different. It's important. I feel like it's human meat, y'all. There were conflicting textures, like you were eating something still alive. It made you feel sick to your stomach. Anything new, honey? Who are the people in that Polaroid photo by the door? They were people we were close with. He replied softly, examining your expression closely. Do you recognize anyone in the picture? I'm doing only you, but just barely. You really did look different. I was handsome, right? Yes. Yes. Very handsome. Still are. You giggled with him as he leaned a little closer, clearly enjoying himself. Well, to answer your question, Little Red Riding Hood was a woman named Phoebe, and the Goldilocks is a man named Zeke. They were our closest friends, but not anymore. No, not anymore. He picks up the plate, disregarding the strange nature of the meal as he stands to put in the sink. It's getting late. You should get to bed. He's good. Yes. Do you want to lay down with me? Just until I fall asleep. There's a brief pause before Cole squeaks out a straggled voice. Really? You're okay with that? You know, giving him the green light. Oh, so cute. I have to screenshot this. I'm gonna crash out. Come on, load, load. I said load. Load. This one because it's most recent. Do you want to lay down with me? Just until I fall asleep. There's a brief pause before Cole squeaks out a struggling noise. Really? You're okay with that? You nod, giving him the green light. Okay, so cute though. Street name. Cole hesitates only for a moment before laying on the mattress beside you. He was on the very edge of the bed, keeping a respectful distance from you with his hands folded carefully in front of his face. He looked like even breathing near you wrong would be a cardinal sin on his part. Sweet dreams, my love. His voice is soft, almost reverent. You feel his fingers brush your arms, a fleeting, gentle touch before sleep pulls you under. Tuesday. 9:29 a.m. Rise and shine. A familiar voice rings gently in your ears as you barely open your eyes. Waking up this time was less taxing than yesterday. Oh, look at you, early birdie. And noticeably less disorienting. Good morning, Cole. Oh! Cole practically flinched where he sat, nearly tumbling off the bed entirely. You remember my name? He exclaimed, a little too loud for how recently he had woken up. Huh? Was that wrong? Were you not meant to know his name or something? In your confusion, Cole frantically looked around the room as if the walls themselves were listening in on something not loud. It's nothing. Come down for breakfast when you're ready. Oh, let me keep. He said slowly as he got up from the bed, gently clicking the door shut behind him as he left. You head downstairs for breakfast, still shaking off the last traces of sleep and confusion from Cole's. Downstairs, you met with a familiar of bacon, egg, and toast. Must be making the same thing as yesterday. You take a seat at the table, watching the back of Cola's humming. He mechanically made breakfast. Makes you a little anxious hearing Cola this quiet. Breakfast passes quietly, the same as this day. He was gazing deeply into your eyes as if trying to assess something. His face was completely blank. It was so unnerving. You have the same time for lunch. Wait. You freeze myself. Cole stands at the bottom of the stairs, apron still, hands clasped tightly in front of him. Can we talk before you wander off? His tone is gentle and he's smiling like before, but there's a strange urgency beneath it, like he's afraid he'll disappear. He looks away. Talk about what? Just this. You. Today. He gestured toward the living room. Come sit with me for a bit, please. You nod, unsure what else to do. Cole briefly ducks into the kitchen before returning with the apron feet neatly folded once more. You sit on the couch. Cole sits beside you after setting the apron down on the coffee table beside a stack of Polaroids, close, but not touching. His posture is stiff, like he's rehearsing how to be normal. You remember? Yes? You're not supposed to do that. He says it quietly, almost like he's afraid of the words themselves. Is that bad? Yes. Well, no, it's wonderful, just unexpected. He reaches with the hem of his winter sweater, twisting the fabric between his fingers. He looks away, embarrassed. But today is different. You're not supposed to be different. Different how? I don't know, but your vibe is just different. He leans forward slightly, studying her face with unnerving intensity. It's nice, but it's wrong. You shift uncomfortably. Cole, what exactly do you want to talk about? Everything. He says it too quickly. I mean, just whatever you want. I want to hear you talk. About what? Anything. Your thoughts, what you think of the house, what you think of me. He pauses, especially the last one. Why? Because I like hearing it. You sigh. I'll say this 1,000 times over. Cole's adorable. You're being weirdly needy today. I'm your boyfriend. I'm allowed to be needy. Hearing the term boyfriend coming from someone you basically met yesterday felt odd. But for some reason it wasn't completely unwelcome. He shifts closer just an inch. Cole then takes your hand. The vast darkness of his skin slow with reverence. I don't remember much, But you remembered my name. But you remembered my name. I guess that stuck. It's not meant to. Nothing is. He laughed softly, almost breathless. It feels like progress. Maybe today will be better. Better than what? Than every day before today. He says it too quickly again. I don't want to ruin today. His fingers loosen their already gentle grip on yours, trailing down your palm. Can we just enjoy this morning? How? Talk to me. Ask me things. Let me be here with you. His voice softens. I miss you, even when you're right in front of me. Especially when your mind is usually so far away. I'll have to fix this later, but for now, I want to be here with you. Ask about him. Tell me about you. Me? I'm not that interesting. Yeah, but you're basically still a stranger to me. Fair enough. So, tell me something real. Something real? He thinks for a long moment. I like it when you say my name. That's not what I'm... The real creepy crawly ones. The ones that maybe an average person would be disgusted. My favorite season is wintertime, but I hate being cold. Stop talking. Calm silence drifted between you. To think that at some point these were things you... To think at some point these were things you about him. Or things you knew about him. Or things you knew about him by heart. Thank you, Cole. He smiled. Anytime. The house? How long have we lived here? We moved in a few months ago. I've been here since I was... I'm gonna say... 17. Why this house? Honestly, I just chose a place far away from my parents, but close enough to my friends. Did you not have a good relationship with your parents? No. He responded dryly, all fondness in his tone shriveled. It made you wonder if his parents were monsters, too. But living on my own turned out to be just as bad. This place is too big for one person, and it got lonely when my friends couldn't hang out. But then I met you. His hands were fidgeting with yours now. It felt like he did this often, once upon a time. You make this house a home. He was like a title. Cole? What happened to me? He freezes. Nothing. That's not an answer. I don't know what I can tell you. Then tell me what you can. Cole swallows hard. His grip on your hand loosens, then tightens again like he's afraid you'll pull away. You got sick. Really sick. And I didn't know what to do. Sick how? He shakes his head, eyes dropping to your joined hands. You were dizzy, confused. You kept forgetting things. I thought you were stressed, or I thought it was stress, exhaustion, or I should have taken you to a hospital. I know that now. The room feels suddenly smaller. I did? He nodded slowly, like he wasn't sure what he was saying either. I was trying to respect that. I thought I was helping. Silence settles between you, heavy but not hostile. The conversation lingers in the air long after it ends. You're not sure if you feel closer to him or farther away. Either way, the day moves on. Monday, 1:30 p.m. Go. You present him with another normal-looking sandwich. With the same slice of bread, same lettuce, same tomatoes, same lunch meat, and same cheese. All the same. You pick it up carefully. Nothing. Cole blinked, a little confused. Nothing at all? Yeah, I see. He eyed your empty plate as always. Okay, but he's so tall. He took the plate from in front of you, placing it in the sink and running the water, just as he had before. This time you could do what you wanted, right? He paused mid-scrub, shoulders tensed up slightly. Outside is complicated. People would stare. They'd judge and ask questions. But with you, I didn't mind it as much. So yes, I miss it, but not as much as I'd miss you. He looked a bit surprised at the question, not exactly expecting you to say that. He hummed softly, eyes drifting to the sink as he pondered to verbalize the sheer weight of what he felt for you. Would it be shallow to say because you're human? I was initially drawn to you with general attraction. Regular human stuff. He paused, fingers stilling in the soapy water. But then he made the attempt to really get to know. Wait. His voice softened, almost reverent. You made me feel real. I don't know how rare that is for someone like me. He let out a quiet breath, almost a laugh. I love you for you. I mean that. What's your full name? He paused thoughtfully. My full name? It's been a long time since I'd said it out loud. Cole is low-key more comforting to hear. But if you really wanted to know... how do I say that? Sarkolin? My full name is Kwong Sarkolin. Knock over the paper towels. You take a subtle step back, bumping into the roll of paper towels on the counter with your shoulder. It hits the floor with a soft thump. He bends down to pick it up, immediately unbothered in the slightest. You're lucky you're cute. This was the distraction you needed. Grab the fork from the drawer? Huh? You hastily pull it open just a bit before closing it. Sorry about the trouble. I'll get out of your hair now. He turned around as he placed the paper towels back on the counter. Oh, no problem, honey. Accidents happen. You waste no time to hurry upstairs. The boarded door stands exactly where you left it. You wedge the fork beneath the first nail and push. It gives away with a strange metallic groan that makes you wince. You work quickly, listening for any signs of Cole coming upstairs. Another board loosens. Another. The final plank drops to the floor. You swallow hard and push the door open. The room beyond is dim and still. A storage room, small, dusty, quiet. But the moment your eyes adjust, your stomach twists. Mundane. Everyday objects are everywhere. Clothes you don't remember owning. Books with your handwriting in the margins. A backpack, a phone charger, a stack of notebooks tied with twine. Framed photos face down on the floor. You kneel beside a box labeled with your name. Your fingers brush the lid. Something warm flickers in your chest, like recognition trying to break through the fog. You open the box. Inside are small objects, trinkets, receipts, notes, pieces of life you can't remember living. Suddenly you hear Cole's voice to call out from you from downstairs. Open eye, honey. Time for dinner. You step out of your room, closing the door shut behind you. As you descend the stairs, you notice Cole wasn't at the bottom of the meat this time. He stayed in the kitchen. The dinner smells like spaghetti once again, but the moment you step in the kitchen, something feels off. Cole stands at the stove, shoulders low, moving slow and unfocused. Cole? Hello, honey. Dinner's almost ready. His voice is soft in a way that doesn't sound like him. Okay, I'm getting nervous. Are you okay? Yeah, just tired. He tries to smile, but it doesn't reach his eyes. Oh, my neck hurts. You said as he sets a plate in front of you and then lowers himself over to the kitchen table once more. Dinner's quiet, not tense, just muted. Sorry if I'm not very talkative tonight. It's okay. He gives you a small, grateful nod. I'll be better after some sleep, that's all. Something about the way he says it makes your stomach twist. When you're finished, he stands and gathers the plates. You can go rest. I'll clean up. You sure? Yeah, go on. He turns back into the sink, the soft clatter of dishes echoing through the dim kitchen. You watch him for a moment longer. Something is wrong. He just won't say what. You crawl into bed alone this time as exhaustion settles into your bones after another strange day. The lamp beside the door casts a soft glow across the room and your eyes grow heavy. Sleep takes you quickly. You wake up, but this time Cole is nowhere to be seen. Your room is bathed in darkness. The lamp you had fallen asleep with is turned off. You don't remember turning it off. You sleep slowly, letting your eyes adjust to the dark. The house feels different at night. Cold, heavier, like the walls are listening. Somewhere down the hall you hear a hushed voice. It's Cole. You slip out on the bed, feet touching the cold floorboards, and creep toward the door. The hallway is pitch black, save for a faint silver of light leading from beneath Kyle's bedroom door. His voice is clear now, and he sounded tense. No, Zeke, listen to me. You freeze. Zeke? So he was still in contact with him. You didn't have much time to ponder as you heard Cole's hushed voice once more. Footsteps, the quiet jingles of a key struggling in a lock. You jump back toward your room, slipping inside just as the hallway light flickers on. You crawl into bed and pull the blanket up to your chin, pretending to be asleep. The doorknob rattles. Your breath catches, but it doesn't open. After a long moment, you hear Cole's footsteps retreating down the hall. The house falls asleep again. You stare at the ceiling, wide awake, darkness pressing around you. What had he meant by "see you soon"? You thought he couldn't leave the house. You don't sleep again for a long time. End of the demo scenario. So, that was it for the game today. I hope y'all liked it. Goodbye.